Brothers and sisters, it's so wonderful to still have you here, tuned in on BS and Redemption, which is the biblical slavery, the Bible study, exposing the bullshit. You know, and it, I'm so privileged and honored to bring you this message. You know, because I cannot take credit for what I'm about to bring forth to you. I had such overwhelming experience, digging up all my information and also receiving more information just as I'm digging. That's the earning in seeking. You receive so much more information from the spirit and the ancestors. To keep you going and to really connect more dots. You know, so one of the first things I wanted to do is to definitely give a sincere apology. My most my most sincere apology to the Union Baptist Church and Reverend Stanley. If anybody feels like I may have offended anybody, I totally hate that because I just simply asked the question, and anything on Facebook, I think that that really was a situation of promotion, if anything, because um, I love everybody, everything that I do is from the heart, but it's so much so from the heart where I guess people can get it misinterpreted, but I know from now on, I have nothing to say anybody. My work speaks for itself, and that's pretty much what I have to say about that. Peace, love. I love you all. And this here is for you all. And the things that I say and ask, those are those are things that so many other people wonder and want to ask. And the main thing I want Union Baptist to know is truly, it's not that you're a victim of circumstance or anything like that. I really wish that I had a camera and I could be talking to the world, but I guess that's what I have this for. But ultimately, you know, um, I don't I don't like the things that I have to say. You know what I'm saying? But the spirit obligates me to the truth and to fire. You know what I'm saying? To this fire. So when people are asleep, it pisses them off when you wake them up. Have you ever tried to wake somebody up when they were trying to get to sleep for work? You know what I'm saying? So it's really that same situation in Union Baptist and just in the church period. I'm not victimizing Union Baptist. This is the church period. All from not black to white believers. All of them will have the same type of response. So I really take that and I analogize it the same way that my father put it to me. And he was like, I told you, man, you can't go into McDonald's trying to tell them folks they food ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's just to say, the people at McDonald's know there's something wrong with that food. Just like the people in the church know it is something terribly wrong, but just not saying anything about it, just looking past things. And, that's been the whole problem this time. And I'm just not with it. And this whole Bible study is to expose and bridge the gap, as I said earlier, on why we are that way, because we get that whole psychology from the Bible, from black to white, from and everything in between, you know. And I definitely before I start off, I wanted to lay down that precedent, and tell the church, the people, that I love you. I love you, but I'm coming with tough love, man. And I can't be nice. I can't be nice. I can't be humble. There's a total difference between being humble and being naive. You understand? And Christians have been totally naive. You know, America has been totally naive. You know, and you know, just another thing that I wanted to bring up. Please stop selling. Please stop selling. You know, this is mainly to my the African American community. You know, please stop selling this thing to our kids that you know that you just gotta have a job and you gotta do this, you gotta do that. You gotta be able to think. You gotta be able to think. Gotta first and foremost and you know and of course you gotta have a job, but understand that we were brought here to work. A job, as I said earlier, is nothing but a pretty word for slave, employee, whatever you want to call it, from white to black. But I'm mainly saying this for black parents because we don't own anything. We don't have any businesses. Every household should have at least one business. It doesn't make any sense. You know, every household should have at least one business. And when you're sitting up here constantly telling these young, oh no, you like you gotta have a good job, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. And really, you sitting up here telling these youngers they gotta have a job, and you've been working so damn hard all your life. Hell, you need a vacation. You know what I'm saying? That's some funny shit. You telling somebody they need a job when your ass you need a vacation. You need a way out. Goddamn it. You know what I'm saying? and this is the type of psychology because we're constantly telling our kids they need to get a job when we haven't even thought about getting a business, and we won't dare tell them to get a business. You know what I'm saying? We won't dare tell them that they need to own something. Because for us to say that to them is to say it to ourselves. And most black parents and grandparents don't own a business. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, it really makes you look very egotistical and arrogant, when you're just talking to your children in that manner. You understand? And I believe that's where, a great portion of our relationship with the older community and the younger community has a lot of friction in it. You know what I'm saying? Because the lack of understanding, that older people, need to understand what the youngins are up against. The youngins don't have the same opportunities that you had when you was coming up. There are not as many jobs available, none of that at all. So and then considering the total lack of education just around the whole country, just the total lack of education around the whole country.